We wrote this song in the studio. Shout out to my guy T. T made the beat on the spot. We was writing for like a good hour, and then from there we went in there, we recorded it, we did everything in one session, and that was that. People love to see you going towards a direction, or like they only want to acknowledge when they see some sort of progress. Your quality could be there from top to bottom from the beginning, but like nobody want to acknowledge it until like they see you take a major step forward, or if they see somebody give you a cosign. Never settled a policy. Women say that they proud of me, deserted me ironically. But every time they see me, it's shocking how my persona be. I don't take it personal, never needed apologies. In my case, with the music and the creative lane, never settling has always been like my motto. Just never being complacent wherever I am. It's been countless times where, chicks that I used to fuck with or chicks that I used to be in communication with hit me randomly like, I see you doing this now, I love this, oh my God. They come out of nowhere, you feel me? Like you ain't speak to them, it could be years, months. Traumatic chapters in my story make the ending sweet. Came home from school and got the news they left them in the street. Every week is rest in peace. Welcome to the life. See, I survived things once that I probably won't do twice. With all the traumatic chapters that I've experienced or I've seen on the behalf of others, it always makes whatever stepping stone that I take forward greater, going back and thinking about it after. There was a certain point, I was in high school, I forgot what year, but there was a certain point where I felt like every week somebody that I knew was passing or being killed or etc. And that line specifically came from school. They got the news, they left them in the street. My neighbor at the time, Quante, rest in peace to him. I came home from school and they had my street blocked off and I couldn't get home. Like I couldn't walk home. I had ended up going to play ball to like pass the time and dudes had told me what happened, etc. That was a real traumatic experience at the time because it was like, that's somebody I was seeing every day. He was slightly older than me at the time. And feel me, he would always give me words of encouragement, tell me to, keep doing this or make sure you stay on this path, etc. And feel me, like he was always a cool dude. That specific experience, it was like, damn, because feel me, like, like I told you before, every morning I walk my dog. Feel me, I would see him every morning before he was going to school and shit. What we make of this life, reactions to wrong or right, it's a never-ending cycle, hold your closest people tight. And shit is tragic how it happened. One day shit we was balling, next minute at his casket. Yeah, that line specifically was about my boy JQ. I grew up with Q from a kid. Really became friends through basketball, balling and shit. Everybody, know Q, know he played ball. He played in college, overseas. And feel me, he tragically passed away back in 2020. That line specifically is just like how shit can change just so quickly because it went from, us playing ball and then feel me, he tragically, was murdered. And you can't map out the timing and stuff like that. So it's like, 1 minute shit be smooth and then 1 minute shit is just totally different. And that was always a surreal moment for me at the time because it was just like, and still to this day, because it's just like, now we 5-6 years later and that shit's still fresh. So, yeah. And you don't understand how it feel. Thinking about it, I get chills. First visit to his grave, I swear it hit me, this shit real. Then there's violence in my brain, inside my thoughts, it start to feel why the fuck it had to happen, why the fuck my bro get killed. So throughout that entire process, the funeral, repast, the link-ups, at the candlelight vigils, etc., all that stuff, it's real, but to me, like, that stuff don't really hit you until you are alone and you're actually going to, visit that person at their gravesite. And for me, I went dolo by myself. And that shit was one of the most like craziest experiences because it was like, I'm not really an emotional person. Like I'm not really emotional. I don't shed tears for the most part. And that was the last time like I really bawled. Like I really shed tears like uncontrollably. And it's just, a lot of stuff that you process it in your mind. So like, you replaying, different memories as kids, you replaying, the candlelight visuals, the funerals, all that stuff. So feel me, all that at once, and then you realize that you could never speak to this person again, or never have those conversations that y'all had, or never those experiences that y'all had. And feel me, from then it's just like, damn. Niggas out here wasting time until the prophecy fulfilled. We was younger, $5, $2.50 splitting meals. The $2 meals and the $3 meals was a staple. At the time, it was $2 flat. When inflation kicked in, he only put it up 50 cents, so $2.50. So feel me, at the time, you know, like we'll go play ball on the weekends and shit like that, or we'll just be out and about, like, you know, in the hood. When you dolo, you get a $2 meal. $2 meal, 2-piece chicken wing with some fries or with some rice, duck sauce, hot sauce, you good to go. If you and your peoples want to split a meal, you know, I get the $5 or the $6 meal. Now, instead of 4 or 5 pieces of chicken to 1, you know, we split that. Now you got 2 wings, I got 2 wings. You got rice, I got rice, or you got fries, I got fries. Youngest fucking up the city, making movies real for real, really trying to understand the course of life. Shit is ill. Me reflecting on, you know, like my teenage years, like when I was a teenager, you know, me and my boys, when we had our No Limit clique, throwing parties left and right. Dudes could just say, yo, we going here today. And feel me, chicks pulling up or chicks trying to pull up. And I felt like every event that we made at the time, it was, you know, it was like a movie. Because it was like, you know, we was young as hell, putting events together or throwing shit. And I'm seeing niggas that's way older than me at an event that I helped put together, which was insane in my mind at the time. If I wasn't pursuing music, I used to want to be a WWE wrestler. I thought I was going to be the next, like, part of, like, D-Generation X. Or I could see myself being a coach. I just think that I could provide motivation in whatever space I'm in.